Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another edition of Hilaal Live. I'm your host, Luqmaan Shadrach. Thanks for joining us on Channel 347. Now, it's that time of the year where the matrics have finished their exams, and it's one of those decisions, vital decisions that you need to make on where to study, how to study, and what are the various pros and cons with regards to higher learning institutions. And one of those is TSIBA. We've had them in studio about a year ago, and we've decided to invite Sabelo Domo, who is the recruitment lead at TSIBA. Sabelo, good evening, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
My absolute pleasure. So for those that don't know too much about TSIBA, tell us a bit more.
Okay, so TSIBA is a leading higher education institution that is based here in South Africa. We are so much committed to providing quality education. Obviously, for those who have probably not received good education previously, but yeah, obviously with the hopes that they can actually make it into the business world.
Okay, so primarily specializing in business. What's your core focus with regards to what TSIBA offers?
Okay, so our core focus is obviously the business administration degree that is provided to students. Its main focus is mainly on entrepreneurship and also leadership. Okay. But what we found is that most of the students that have come into our institution have actually opted to go into the finance and also investment sector. So we equip them, yes, from a business administration perspective, but then they can co-opt to go into the finance and also investment sector as well.
Okay. Now, TSIBA has a model called purpose-lived education.
Correct.
Explain that to us. It sounds very fascinating.
Yes, it is quite fascinating. So our main model, obviously, is to ensure that the students do become holistic in their point of view. Obviously, we do give them business knowledge, but we realize that it's not only that that's quite important into the business world. It's also important to have ethical leadership. There's obviously there to drive social change or make a social impact into our societies. That's what we actually give to the students. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I do know that TSIBA offers various scholarships as well, annual scholarships. How does that work? How do people apply?
Okay. So obviously, with regards to the scholarships, I am also a recipient of those scholarships.
Well done.
This is obviously dating back to 2015. Where I applied for my higher certificate in business administration. Okay. And then after that, I was offered to go into the business administration degree sector. And obviously with that, I got my degree. But obviously now the model has changed slightly a bit to say that we offer highly subsidized tuition fees. So we are looking at, say for an example, school fees of 66,000 rands. It's not actually like an example. It is what we incur as an institution, 66,000 rands for a tuition fee for one student, to which we pay that 44,000 rands, and we're only asking the student to pay the rest, which is about 22,000 rands. Awesome. That's highly subsidized tuitions being offered.
Yeah, I think that reduces the amount of people that can't afford to study further.
That's true.
And creating that assistance for them as well. Yes. Now, we do know that we've got a massive unemployment rate with youth in South Africa. Correct. How does TSIBA assist graduates when they leave your institute? Because that's a worry for all parents. Look, I'm going to spend so much money. Yes. Is my child going to get an education, a job after that?
Correct.
That's a real worry, right?
That's right. Indeed, we totally understand the dynamics, especially here in South Africa, with a lot of graduates having not been able to find employment. We pride ourselves on our 90% employment rate.
Wow.
This is just after 6 months of having our graduates to graduate. But obviously the model that we use is not necessarily just based on when they leave the institution. Whilst they're still part of the institution, we invest quite a lot in the student themselves. And you'd find that in the last 6 months of their third year, they would have to do things such as IPJ, which is an in-service training, obviously incorporating what they've learned from a theoretical perspective, and also their business arguments, going into the world of work. What we've received is that most of the employers tend to absorb those students because they see the quality that we produce as an institution.
That's brilliant. I mean, that's a lovely feather to have in your cap with regards to a 90% placement rate. Wonderful, wonderful. Correct. So you did a business admin course. What are some of the other courses that you offer at TSIBA?
Yeah, at this present moment, we are looking into venturing into the ICT sector, to which now we have partners such as DSA, who are looking obviously to train some of our students in terms of like the tech space.
Okay.
From a holistic perspective, we are looking at obviously these students who have leadership, also entrepreneurship, venturing into the finance space, but ultimately looking into the tech space as well. That's ultimately a recipe for fintech. That's what we're looking at in the next future.
Nice. I like that as well because it just opens up your range of courses.
Correct.
And, encouraging other people to come and study there as well.
That's right.
But I do know that you have an open day that's happening tomorrow. Excited. Give us more details.
Okay, so we have an open day that's happening at our campus. So please, some of your viewers, we are opening up our doors to them to say that they can come through, visit the school, interact with some of the staff together with the students, get to see the campus, do campus tours, but hear more about this prestigious institution that we have.
Right.
So it's starting at 9 o'clock up until 1. People are welcome at 51 Old Mill Road in Dabeni, but it's based in Pinelands, yes.
Gotcha. You're based currently in the Cape, but what about those that would like to study from Johannesburg or Durban?
Correct.
Do you do a correspondence course as well?
So at this present moment, we are still based here in Cape Town, to which some of the other students who are doing probably like their postgrad certificate or diploma in business administration are able to apply online because we also offer that as an institution, a postgrad, which is an NQF level 8. They can be able to apply online and study with us, yes.
I like that that it's NQF level aligned as well, because that now puts you into perspective in the job market as well. The open day itself, what should people bring along? What are some of the type of questions they need to ask in order to get more information?
Yeah, in most cases, parents ask about the money. So please come along. We would love to answer some of those questions with regards to payment plans. How can we make this accessible, to all people? But obviously, as an institution, as I said, we do offer highly subsidized. But when students obviously give that sight of exceptional academic excellence, we obviously can be able to talk with regards to that, because we do have your Mandela Road Scholars and also Kofi Annan together with Ellen Gray Orbis fellows. So our institution does actually look into those things for academic excellence.
Okay, great. So we start at 9 till about 1-ish. You can come through, find out about various courses, find out about a payment plan for, if you can't afford the entire fee. Up front as well. Your day-to-day running of TSIBA, do people attend courses Monday to Friday? How does that work?
Okay, so people do attend our courses from Monday up until Friday. And obviously that is based on the modules that they are doing. But you'd find that when people are transitioning from HCBA up until BBA, some of the courses that they've probably done on the HCBA course have been accredited for their BBA. So that means that they do have a bit of time, meaning that maybe on certain days they're not coming in because obviously they've done some of the work from the previous year.
Well, it sounds fascinating. It sounds that it's an opportunity for people who would like to get into the job market.
Fantastic.
To, cut their teeth here at TSIBA in terms of the learning side.
That's right.
Get the theory down and then implement that into the business world.
That's right.
Great. Any last message? How do people get hold of you? I mean, if they'd like to know more, are there certain social media handles, details you'd like to give off? Okay,
so people can get in touch with us online. So most of the people would go on obviously on our website, which is tsiba.ac.za. But all parents would say www.tsiba.ac.za.
Yeah, I'll still do that.
And if they are, obviously they can inquire online or apply But obviously, most people would inquire just to find out more about the institution. They can also get in touch with us on social media platforms, which is Twitter, which is X
now,
in our days, LinkedIn, Facebook, together with Instagram. It will be TSIBA Ed, so TSIBA Ed on all platforms.
Brilliant. Sabelo, thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. All the very best with the Open Day, and may all your future projects grow from strength to strength.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Absolute pleasure. There we go. TSIBA having an Open Day tomorrow in Cape Town. You can get hold of them on all the good social media platforms. Do stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.